will become more and more futile in everything that he does. He will become discouraged. He will believe firmly that this world is of no value, and if he gets despondent enough, he may even contemplate suicide. But with all this contemplation and all this negation, nothing has been accomplished except the disintegration of a personal existence. Taking this point as a basis then, of something to do that is at a different point of activity, the individual should begin
I
to
love
try
LA.
to observe the working of universal
I
laws
love
in the
LA.
various occurrences of his life.
I love LA.
He must begin to see reasons for things
Who
we
is
do
up?
now
What's
regard
up,
as
man?
merely miseries.
Who's up?
He
What's
must
up?
begin to realize that he lives in a world of lawful procedures
What's
and
up?
that he must abide by them.
What's up?
Now, on some levels, we're beginning to get a little wiser,
Some levels
but
we are
up
beginning to
to
get a little
now, it
wiser.
hasn't been considered a general improvement. One of the fields in which we seem to be getting a little smarter, at least, is nutrition.
Nutrition.
We have discovered finally what we should have known always, but which we didn't need to know until we broke the rules, namely that nutrition is a very important factor in life, that it cannot be ignored,
Yep.
that the individual who wishes to have better health must concentrate his attention upon learning how to have better health. He must study the problems of nutrition in himself. He must discover his own mistakes due to appetites. He must discover why he cannot do just what he pleases and at the same time maintain bodily health. So here we come face to face with facts, and we're gradually beginning to face them with more or less conscious intelligence. Now, our mental life is also in constant need of nutritional education. What we take into the mind as a phase of our nutritional problem. If we take in the wrong thoughts, we're going to be just as bad off mentally and physically as we would be if we eat food that is improper to our needs. The individual can be allergic to attitudes, and everyone, more or less, is allergic to negative thinking. It will never help him, and it will almost certainly hurt him. Now, this doesn't mean he won't live through it. He may have negative thoughts all his life and past the century mark, but he will simply have extended the period of disappointments, disillusionments, and disasters for himself. Therefore, with nutrition, a very factual thing, the individual has a mental life that needs to be disciplined and needs to be subject to the laws of mental nutrition. He breaks these laws every day in front of his television, or he breaks it every day in the various activities which he considers essential. He takes in a constant stream of bad food. He takes in food that is not only indigestible, but in many cases it is hopelessly poisonous. He does the same thing mentally and physically. If he takes in contaminated mental food, he is going to be sick. And most of the mental conditions of our society lead to a problem of contaminated thinking. Now, a person doesn't have to take this on. He can live in the midst of it, but he does not have to become contaminated. There's no law that says that it has been absolutely necessary, inevitable, or irrevocable that an individual has to become an alcoholic. There is no reason given by heaven or earth why an alcoholic has to drive a car under the influence of alcohol. These are things we do ourselves, and our worries are just as futile and useless as these other habits. We have no law that says we have to be frightened. We have no law that says that we have to have a world that does what we please it to do, or otherwise we will be miserable. There is no law that says we have to be happily married or have pleasant relatives or obedient children. These factors do not exist as inevitable necessities. Therefore, we cannot resent or reject the opposite when it comes along. But every one of these relationships has lessons. Everything has something to learn. We are not only indebted to our families for a great deal of valuable knowledge, but our children are indebted to us for inevitable truths. All these
One new
things
message.
are common necessities of life. We can reject
Lori,
them.
alcohol is poison.
We
People
can
knowing
allow prejudice,
pour down the throat.
criticism, and condemnation to destroy
What's up,
all
way
of the
better?
integrities of relationships.
We're going to have a
But
good
this
lunch
is not
session tonight.
because it is necessary.
All right.
It is because we have chosen to do it that way.
Remember, you
We
can
have had our
detach yourself from
personal
anything you want.
conceits rebuked in some way, and we can never forgive the person who did it. Our relatives do not do what we expect them to, therefore we won't speak to them again. It all lies in our own situation. None of the problems that face us in our personal lives can remain completely unchanged if we determine to change them. There are responsibilities which we may not be able to dispose of, but we can transmute them into opportunities. We can do anything we want with the problems of the day if we will place inside of ourselves a measure rod, a ruler, by means of which we can measure the things that happen in daily life. One of the situations that we all have to face today is unemployment and all of the relations to it. We have to sometimes give up many luxuries that we have come to
Planet
consider
13 has s'mores edibles. Whoa.
Many persons are unable to give up anything without falling apart.
That's the graham
Yet these
chocolate
same
marshmallow?
persons, when they pass on, must give up everything and do nothing more than accept the fact.
All right, here we go.
Everything
Let's
in
go.
life can be understood.
We're going to talk about
and accommodated
some humans
if we
versus
really
clones.
wish to make the effort.
Okay.
Therefore, if we
It's a
are
topic
good
that
warriors, as most people are,
people talk about, but they never really give any true evidence. It's a topic that you cannot get to the bottom of. Okay? Humans, clones. Human cloning. You can't get to the bottom of it. I'm pretty sure that they are testing it and doing it, but I don't know where. Maybe in those no-fly restricted areas. Right? So, clones may exist.
Because we wish to assume that whatever is necessary, we know it. Whatever we should be doing, we do it.
Clones may exist. There was a hoax about 10 years ago or so. There was, I don't know if you guys remember this, it was really cool. I'm going to talk about a past time in time. I don't know, it was about maybe 10, 12 years ago, something like that, maybe 15 years ago. Well, I was watching TV. People were watching TV in America. And it was awesome, man. It was really cool because it was like a movie and it was happening in real life. And no one ever talked about it again. So, what I'm talking about is about 10, 12 years ago, someone hacked the network. Someone hacked the network. All the channels, the whole TV network system. And this lady came on. Clones have no personality, easy to pick up on emotionless being. Yeah, you're right. So, about, like I said, 12 years ago, a hacker, a team, a group of people hacked the network, and everybody was tripping out. Like, what's going on here? Like, some people were watching the news, some people were watching just regular TV, and all the channels went to this one lady. This one lady, like, she tapped in. It was like a movie. She tapped into all the channels, and she said, "Hello, I am blah 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 blah. and the first human clones have been born. We separated them. On one part of the earth is one clone, and the other clone is on another part of the earth. So they can be protected, separated. Something happens to one, we still have another one. The firstborn clone, her name is, ready for her name? The first female, it was a female. The first female clone made to mankind, her name is Eve. Yeah, Larry Baker. Her name is Eve, and she's out there. She's walking around. She's really old now. She's an older clone. She's one of the mama clones of clones. So this came out. Everybody was like, what is going on here? Is this real? Did the government hack this? What is going on here?" And then after the announcement, the TV went back to normal. And everybody, the newscasters were like, "What the fuck? What the fuck happened? Hey, that wasn't us. That wasn't us. Special report. Breaking news. Someone just hacked in. Don't believe her." They're like, "Don't believe what she just said. It's a hoax. It's a hoax. Don't believe her." They just came in and they hacked in. Haha, copying first female on Earth. Yes, copying first female on Earth. Eve. That's her name. You know how man wants to make a human. So the first clone known to man is Eve, a female. They did it opposite instead of man, Adam. Adam came second. First they made Eve, and then they made the other clone. I don't know if his name is Adam, but they separated him. And you will not find that information out anymore. It is gone off the internet. No YouTube videos have captured any of it. It's erased from the whole social internet. You cannot find that live footage of when it was aired 10, 12 years ago of the lady saying the first clone was Eve. First clone man, Adam. So, I don't know who it is, who's behind it, how they did it. No one's ever got to the bottom of it. I want investigations. I want FBI on it. I need some top people on this shit. You know, it's easy to find out who hacked that shit. Everything is traceable. So we know who hacked it. I just want it to be known. You know, who hacked it? Who's behind this cloning? Who said this shit? She had like an accent. I don't know what country she was from, but she sounded American. Not American, some other country is responsible for growing a clone. All right, let's go. Let's light up. So clones and humans. But supposedly there's no clones that are amongst the earth. No one's exposed one. No one's exposed a true clone. There's super top secret facilities where the clones are being labbed in labs. Central Intelligence should get in on it. They're part of it. They're probably in on it. Yeah, that's why nobody could get any information about human clones that exist here today on Earth. Why can't we get some top people on this topic? Do human clones exist on Earth today? They found Bin Laden, so I'm sure they could find a facility where they're making humans. Very now that's top secret big shit. The cloning of humans. How do you keep something like that undercover? Clone smoke, clone weed. Oh yeah, clone weed, clone smoke, clone weed. That was good. Very creative. So humans and clones, man. You know, maybe they don't even tell the clone that they're a clone. They just put a baby in an orphanage and they tell the baby that your parents left you, something happened to your parents, and that's why you're here. So maybe they're clones that you don't even know because they don't even know. They look totally human, skin, cut, bleed, cry, laugh, and die. So we'll never know. Maybe there are, and they just don't tell us because they don't even know. Cheers, one. go humans. Yes, I go for humans, man. Humankind. Emotionless clones can't laugh, cry, or laugh. Hmm. That is very. That's a topic that first I would have to, consider of all the possibilities. Why? It seems logical, like a clone wouldn't have emotions, but what if they're fake emotions? Pretend, acting. Who are they cloned from? Yes, from who? Dead people. Another thing is missing people. Isn't this so weird and bizarre? In America, on the Earth, on Earth, people go missing every day. This is insane. Thousands of people go missing every 24 hours. Every 24 hours, people go missing. Where are they going? That's a crazy statistic. The one people missing people every day. Like, are they getting zapped? They're getting kidnapped, tested on some facilities somewhere. Then they clone them. I don't know. But that's just a huge amount of people getting missed every day. Vanished, gone, 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 gone. No one knows nothing. How can this be? It's impossible at today's time with cameras, technology, and for people to go missing. So, in order to get off the grid and be eliminated, you got to have some real power. You got to have some real educated power to know how to vanish yourself. My clone would be cool as fuck. So, clones, man. What else is going on besides humans and nutrition is one thing that we really need help on in mankind. Mankind needs help with nutrition. The people who are in charge of nutrition are whacked. So we need better people in charge of nutrition for mankind. Because whoever's in charge of nutrition, what they're giving us is poisons and crap. So we are not good at nutrition. Are you a recycler? Yeah, let's ask that. I am. Are you? Two souls in here. Do you recycle? I hope you do. It saves the earth. It saves energy. It saves carbon emissions. It saves everything. Recycling is everything. So that's another thing we don't do that we should start doing. I believe in it. Is recycle, man. People throw too much shit away. Ends up in lakes, rivers. I have a new flowering cactus. My horticulture is new hobby growing various cactus. Ooh. Cacti. So yes, cacti. You can eat some of those, like skin the pickers out and boil it. I've seen people boil cactus and drink it, eat it. It's pretty good. Favorite fermented plant is cannabis. Yes, me too. So let's see here. so high. It's true. I could fly. I'm so high. Let's see something here. I'll try to get something here. Let's see. Um, let's see. Okay, we're gonna take a look at something here. I remember yesterday's topic was so cool. So let's see. I'm gonna see something here. I'm gonna just flip the camera right now. We're gonna look at something.
To see our home planet from space.
We're going to take a look
incredible spacecraft
at our home planet.
have already explored neighboring celestial objects. We get to view amazing footage of the Earth from all over.
Lies, lies, lies.
Modern space exploration.
Lies. That's all fake right there.
The ability to see our
it's all animated fake.
Like never before.
Just to let you know, we know it's fake. The Earth does not look like that. From the International Space Station, it's not. This isn't true.
Currently in orbit around the
Currently
Earth,
not.
Humankind's greatest achievements, the International Space Station.
Fuck that piece of shit.
This astonishing habitable
astonishing.
artificial
It looks like a piece of tinfoil.
Miles above our
That's all fake.
Traveling at about 17,000 miles an hour, and has been visited by over 200 people since the year 2000.
You hearing
the
this?
Space Station
That's all
orbits the
fake.
planet approximately 16 times every 24 hours and has enabled astronauts to capture some incredible high-resolution footage of the planet's vast cloud cover, swooping auroras, bright blue oceans, impressive landscapes, and the magnificent nighttime glow of our city lights. This spectacular time-lapse footage gives the people
This spectacular
of Earth a chance to
time-lapse
see our
footage from the
planet
International Space
as
Station
if
fake.
we were looking through
If
the
it were
eyes
real,
of a real
where's the
life
other satellites
extraterrestrial.
positioned on Earth? We have other satellites on Earth, around Earth, supposedly. So where are they? And then from the
On
moon.
a clear night, Earth's moon can be seen shining in the dark sky
Yeah,
with a
right.
background of distant glistening stars.
Yeah, right.
But only 12 people have travelled the 238,855 miles.
That's fake right there. Look, that's done in the studio. That's so fake.
Over the years, many images
That's
have
so
been captured
fake.
of our planet from the moon. But the most famous one was actually taken by the Apollo 17 crew in 1972 during their journey to the lunar surface. Named Blue Marble,
Fake. That image is cropped. That image is photoshopped. That image is photoshopped. That image is not a real
However,
image.
back in 1968, the first manned mission to the moon,
All fake.
Apollo 8, broadcasted an image that was later described as the most influential environmental photograph ever taken.
Not real, don't
Captured
believe
by
it.
astronaut William Anders, it shows Earth and parts of the moon's surface as seen from the spacecraft. This stunning image became known as Earthrise.
That is not real Earth image. Now we're going to Mars. All this is not real. We can't even go that far.
Humans have been fascinated with Mars because
Yeah.
after Earth, it is the most habitable planet in our solar system,
Yeah, right.
and could one day support.
No one knows what Mars looks like.
Scientists have been sending space probes there since the 1960s.
This video you're watching is definitely not real. Oh, yes, thank you for agreeing on that. Yeah, did you hear them though? He said these are images from a probe that's sent in deep space. That's a lie. He said in the beginning, this is image from a probe deep in space to get a picture of Earth. It's fake.
Since then, scientists have captured many high-resolution photos of the Earth, such as
Yeah.
this striking image taken by the Mars
Look at, see?
Reconnaissance Orbiter in 2007.
The Mars Orbiter. This is a real picture for the Mars Orbiter. This is fake. This is not even real. There's no rover on Mars. There's no rovers on Mars, okay? It's freaking cold up there. They make it look like it's all desert and chill. Throw up a gazebo. No, it's freaking cold up there. Oh, we're going to Saturn now. From Saturn. This probe is picturing a picture from Saturn.
Gas planets in the solar system, with its extensive
Why does NASA lie? That's what I want to know.
Over the years, only 4 spacecrafts have visited Saturn and its mysterious moons. But the Cassini mission was probably the most famous.
Yeah, right.
Before this amazing craft ended its mission by deliberately plunging into Saturn's atmosphere in 2017, it sent incredible amounts of information back to Earth for scientists to study. But in 2013,
look at this.
Cassini captured a rare image, showing the dark side of Saturn, plus its magnificent rings, distant faded stars, and our home planet in the same frame.
Those people are so hilarious. This will be probably the most remembered, capturing Earth from a distance 890 million miles away. No, probes can't give us images like that.
The twin spacecrafts Voyager 1 and 2 were launched into space to conduct close-up studies of Jupiter and Saturn. Over the course of the mission, the space probes sent incredible amounts of information back to the Earth. But their mission didn't stop with just the planets. The Voyager 1 craft is the farthest human-made object ever sent into the cosmos, and is currently studying interstellar space.
There you go.
But before the probe ever got to this point, the famous Carl Sagan suggested that Voyager 1 turned its camera towards the Earth for one last look at its home planet. And when it did, the probe took a majestic photo that became known as the pale blue dot from 3.75 billion miles away.
Yeah, right there.
The picture
a probe went 3.7 billion miles away, turned around and took a picture of Earth.
In the photograph, Earth's apparent size is less than a pixel and appears as a tiny blue dot against the background of space, with bands of reflected light rays on the camera lens. This incredible picture does not necessarily represent the beauty of Earth, but instead the immeasurable vastness of space and our undeniable small place within it. I really hope you enjoyed this kind of tribute to the Earth.
That was comical, very funny. I found it hilarious. So the videos are so funny with all the pictures of Earth because no one has a real picture of Earth. Astronauts took shots of the Earth as seen from Moon. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Other than those, supposedly, no one else has ever taken pictures of the Earth from a distance. Even the ICE space station cannot take a picture of the full Earth. Can't go that high. They stay in low Earth orbit. Have you ever heard scientists say nothing can pass low Earth orbit? So many times. I hear that so many times, and then yet so many other scientists talk like probes are sent 84 million miles away. That would mean it would pass low Earth orbit. So why are there scientists saying that nothing can pass low Earth orbit if probes are sent, we go to the moon, moon is past low Earth orbit? So there's so much confusion and speculation and fake news when it comes to this topic. That's why I love talking about it, because it's so much fake news. There is nothing solid and concrete. everyone else can come up with something and have a whole new story, to back up what they're trying to say. And someone else will come up and say, "Well, yours um, sounds good, but hey, prove it." So even when you tell people, you know, it's hard to believe. So, what trips me out is how someone would be willing to, like, argue for something that they don't even know, just based on what they were told their whole lives. So, because some people tell you these things your whole life and lives before, and you're born into this knowledge that's supposed to be believed, doesn't mean it's true. Okay. So, if you have not seen it personally, then you do not know. Unless you got in a spaceship. Horrible telescope is accurate. Oh, the Hubble telescope. That's another thing. That's another thing. The Hubble telescope. Have you seen the telescope and the pictures that you can get from that telescope? No. We don't see it. Don't you think if those pictures and the camera were real, it would be more accessible to teachers and scientists across the world so they can study and learn and get answers of all that we want to know? Why is it top secret and hidden? And you have to have passes and passes just to be able to get information of this topic. So that right there, we don't know. We don't know. It's all corrupted. We don't know. There's just legends and stories and what they tell us. We do not know what really goes on in the earth and the moon. No one knows the moon yet. So all these years, scientists talk like they know the Saturn and Mars, and we don't even know the moon. We don't even know about the moon. So if we don't even know about the moon, how can we talk like we know it? And then the people who do talk like they know it, like they've been there themselves, you know. So um, truth would be accessible for everybody. Why is the truth only secured by elite people on Earth? If that's the truth, the truth is for everybody. So if it's secretive, it is not right. It's not positive. It's something that you would want to share, show, to prove to people, and not leave people wondering, and teach all kinds of different teachings when you know. So yeah, that I am way more skeptical than what I was before, because you cannot believe everything you grew up on if you don't know yourself, and if they can't prove it. If they can't prove it, then they obviously don't know themselves. We don't know anything about anything. We don't know anything about anything from a certain point of view. So, good one says, yeah, I would love to get behind the Hubble telescope and let the whole world view it. Let the whole world view the through the telescope, and let us really see the stars and the moon. Okay, I have a good question. The Hubble telescope is one of the best telescopes supposedly that can see really far, right? So why can't we just direct it right at the moon? Oh, here's another thing. More than 4.5 million years ago. I just have to read what he said. It's, more than 4.5 million years ago, the Milky Way galaxy collided with the nearby dwarf galaxy. This encounter has scented the formation of stars. I love it. And to actually believe something like this is really out there. You know, for a human being that's only been on Earth so little and the universe has been around so long, for a human to tell you verbally by walking on land that 4.5 billion years ago, the Milky Way collided with a dwarf galaxy. Yeah. You're really going to believe that 4.5 million years ago? And I hope no one in here does, because no one knows 4.5 billion years ago. Let me tell you. No one knows what happened 4.5 billion years ago. Simple as that. It's all theories. All theories. Hello. So, it's so funny to hear these science fiction, that's what they are, science fiction, these science videos that talk about the star formations and the galaxies and the space 4 billions of years ago. When, what are they smoking on? What are they on? They're on some shit. They on some real deep shit. Yeah, they on another mental wavelength. On another brain. They're using some other brain. They have two brains. Within the solar system, blah, 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 blah. Oh my, anything anybody says about 4.5 billion years ago or longer, they have no idea. They're crazy. Okay? So, I need H2O and a dab. Or how about this one? Another great topic. Another great one. UFOs. There's so many stories and videos of UFOs. You know, that is just the most bizarre, craziest one. All these videos of UFOs, sightings. And they're showing how the Earth formed. I don't have to show you what they just said, how our Earth formed. 4.56 billion years ago, the formation of the Earth. Okay, I'm gonna show you. This is how it is. Look at. This is how it was. Just floating matter. Floating matter, and then two planets collided, eventually growing. Look at on the gravitational pull. This is how Earth formed. So stupid, like they know. 4.56 billion years ago, the formation of Earth. There it is. That's the inside of Earth, supposedly. Like I already said, we only go 8 miles deep. We only know 8 miles. This is fake. This is fake. But they're cool drawings. Cool animation to look at and shit. Oh, and now supposedly Mars hit the formation of Earth again. Whoa. 4.5 billion years ago, there was a collision with the planets. Oh gosh, it's so hilarious. Eventually, it became to form our moon. Like now they know what the moon is. See, We know nothing about the moon, but this video is telling you these gases and everything form the moon. That's so bizarre. So many videos and teachers of science will tell you this. That's how our Earth formed, man. Oh god. And that's how the moon formed. Oh man. It's hilarious.
Due to the bombarding water-rich planet vessels, the Earth became enveloped by an ocean atmosphere system.
The formation of atmosphere and ocean. See, where does the water come from? So this is the formation of the ocean. Look at. We cut Earth in half to show you. Water vapor in the atmosphere produced rain. Atmosphere pressure gradually decreased, and then we started getting water in our Earth. So stupid. So after the rocks collided and started forming and got one big ball, then the rain, the water in the atmosphere started collecting and started giving water to Earth. This is the formation of Earth. At this time, the ocean was still toxic with high salinity. Too toxic to support life. $4.37 billion years ago. The oceanic plates above. This is underneath. The ground started rising, giving us planets and continents. There it is. Broke through the water. Uplift of the plate. Deep later. You're going deep.
Do you have those plastic gloves and disposable gloves I could get two?
They're in the garage. Back. By the rope in the back.
By the rope in the back. Left or right?
By the rope up there, yeah. Rick Savage is in the house. What's yeah, I'm just tripping out on that because I trip out on so many people that talk like they know about the Earth formation and everything, climate change and all this, and they just go to work and chill at home, watch TV, and they know all this stuff. So it's so funny because my point is nobody knows nothing. Okay, nobody knows nothing. Don't believe what they tell you. Don't believe what they tell you. That's all I'm saying. Don't be gullible. Don't believe what they tell you. Because it was all a dream. 5 people in here. Thank you very much for joining. Let's put some music on. I'm gonna do a dab after this blunt. Let's see. What if I find out I'm a clone? You get a letter in the mail and say, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're a clone. I'd be like, what? I'm a clone. All these years I thought I was you. Oh, I'm a clone, man. So, what's today? Wax Wednesday? Let's do some wax. Let's do some wax. That's the wax on the craps. 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 Why do they call it craps? Dab. Let's dab. 4. It's almost 4:20. I want to be done at 4:20. I got 3.5 minutes. Let's go. I think I can make it happen. Gamble with my life.
Yeah. I got a combination to a shape in the back of the bank that be storing my shit. Just had a conversation with a girl that I did, and now she out here whoring and shit. I got a reputation to be throwing and showing up 4 in the morning and shit. I had an altercation that I threw her out through his face and I threw her and shit. Fuck a bitch, no. Y'all ain't want us before we was rich, ho. I can't go back to the shit. I need to cancel the shit. I'm on some Dracula shit. I used to have to heat up pins of water to shower, but y'all don't know half of this shit. No, I shoot dice, yeah. Gamble
with my life, yeah.
No fights, yeah. Keep my circle tight, yeah. All my hoes, yeah. Keep that sugar spice, yeah. For the pros, yeah. I do nothing twice, yeah.
Okay, so
My name isn't mentioned in this generation. It's one of the greatest from lyrics to cadence. I changed the way rappers rock out on those stages. I saw people take it and they were more famous, so I ain't get credit. I had to be patient. I know people.
let's do it down and see what's up.
Motherfuckers can't be serious. Hey!
Motherfuckers can't be serious. Gamble with my life, yeah.
No fights, yeah. Keep my circle tight, yeah. All my hoes, yeah. Keep that sugar spice, yeah. For the pros, yeah. I do nothing twice, yeah. I shoot dice, yeah. Gamble with my life, yeah. No fights, yeah. Keep my circle tight, yeah. All my hoes, yeah. Keep that sugar spice, yeah. For the pros, yeah. I do nothing twice, yeah.
Let's go, let's go. You sound like a bitch, yeah.
You done?
All right, let's go, let's go.
Rihanna just hit me on a text. Last night I left hickeys on her neck. Wait, you just dissed me? I'm perplexed. Insult me in a line, compliment me on the next. Damn, I'm really sorry.
OGMANKInd loves you. Yes, you.
Realized I forgot to call you back. Here's that autograph for your daughter. I wrote it on the starter cap. Stand, son, listen, man, dad isn't mad, but how you gonna name yourself after a dead gun and have a man bun? Trying to move eyes open undeniable, supplying smoke at the fire stone. So you got me in a scope, you grazed me. I say we'll call it in a scope, you crazy. Your reply got the crowd yelling whoa. So before you die, let's see who can out Betty who with your corny lines. Out Kelly ooh, but I'm 45 and I'm still out telling you. By 29, I had 3 albums of the glue. Now let's talk about something I don't really do. Going someone's daughter's mouth stealing food. But you're a fucking molehill. Now I'll make a mountain out of you. Hold chill, acting like you put the chrome barrel to my bone marrow. Gonna bitch you ain't a bow and arrow. Say you're running for me like a phone bill. Spraying lead, playing dead. That's the only time you hold still. Are you eating cereal or oatmeal? What the fuck's in the bowl, Mill? Wheaties or Cheerios? Cause I'm taking a shit and Kellyanne reading material. Dictionary. Yo, Slim, your last 4 albums suck. Go back to recovery. Oh shoot, that was 3 albums ago. What do you know? Oops. Know your facts before you come at me with proof. Luxury, oh, you broke bitch, yeah. I had enough money in 02 to burn it in front of you, ho. Younger me, no, you would whack me. It's funny but so true. I'd rather be 80-year-old me than 20-year-old you. Till I'm getting old age, looking for the whole page with a 10-year-old rage. Got more fans than you in your own city. Little kitty, go play. Feel like I'm babysitting little tank. Got the ditty okay, so you spend your whole day shooting a video just to fucking get your own grave. Got to get your own wake. I'm the Philly.
Burning fast.
Never made a list next to no Biggie, no Jane next to Taylor Swift. And that Iggy home, you about to really blow. Kelly, that be putting your name next to John, next to Benzino time. Motherfucker like the last motherfucker saying alien vein, alien brain. Sickness. My biggest flop, so your greatest hits. The game's mine again, and ain't nothing changed but the lock. So before I see this bitch, I'm gonna give Jane a kiss. Gotta wake up late a day to this. Being rich shamed by some prick using my name for clickbait in a state of bliss. Cause I said his goddamn name, now I gotta cop that aim. Yeah, bitch, pop champagne it is.
Chris.
This is it, as big as you're gonna get. So
Arvizo
give you a career
is
in
in
the
the
street.
house. What's up, my G? How you doing? You would like a dab? A dab! Whoa! Whoa! Pass it to the left. That's the question. Why pass it to the left? Why not the right? Pass it to the left-hand side. Pass the duty to the left-hand side. Because musically you told us. That's right. That's why we pass it to the left. No, that's not right. We pass it to the left because it's just better. It's just better to pass it to the left because most people are right-handed. So you can't be crossing yourself. So it just makes sense. Keeps it going. So doing a crossing. So that's why. So the left-handers get confused on that one. If you're right-handed, it just goes. So still, I need a dab. I'm gonna set her up a dab. I'm gonna do a dab. Wouldn't you like to have a dab too? She didn't make it, so I'm gonna do a dab. And we're gonna talk about something else as I set this dab up, and then after I dab, about an hour into the scope, which is almost I will say goodbye. And thank you for joining. So let's see here. Is it music? Grave. Who likes dubstep? Let's go. EDC, let's go. I'm already there in spirit. I'm there. I'm already there. All right, we're going to talk about why do we come into this world crying and fussing? Why? Have you ever thought about that? Do other births, babies cry? When dogs have a baby dog, puppy, kittens, animals, are they crying? Why do humans have to cry when being born? That's my question. If you could answer that, help me out with that. Yeah. Why do humans cry when they're being born? I think the doctor has to spank you. There, cry, baby. Cry, baby. Okay. I don't know. I could think it out. If I had an answer, I can, I don't know. But starting now, if I had to create an answer, why humans cry at birth, it's because I'm gonna tell you my version. I'm gonna answer my own question. I don't know if it's gonna be right, but I'm gonna answer it anyway. The reason why I think humans cry is because they were like this for 9 months. And they're used to being like that. It's warmer. So then when you come out, you're like, oh shit. It's so cold. I want to go back inside and be warm. That's why. You come out to the cold. It's like shock. That is why humans cry like that. It's gotta be. There's no other explanation. Yo, what's up? Let's go. The Prodigy. Yo, smack my bitch up. Smack my bitch up. I love smoking weed all day, every day, all day, all night. Isn't this the greatest? To be able to smoke weed all day, all night. That's the life. I gotta give it up to Mary Jane. Hab's a great broadcasting app. Joining all over the world. Thank you everybody for joining. Dab time. Smoke weed every day. Just smoke weed every day. Every single day. How many hours a week do you put in smoking? This is my full-time job, so I put in 80 hours plus a week. Smack my bitch up. Smack my bitch up. Do you have any babes in here that like to get smacked up? Does anyone like it rough? I can be rough, I can be tough. I'm so much shit, I can't describe it. No, I ain't into pain. Maybe. A little bit of pain. No. Let's go. Smack my bitch up. Hog tire and smack my bitch up. Hog tire and smack my bitch up. You like being hog tied? Anybody like being hog tied and getting smacked up? Hey, that's enough. Enough now. Fuck. Shit. Fuck. Shit. Cheers. So are we gonna grow some weed? I'm gonna have to start giving out some seeds. Or I'll grow and give out clones. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grow a mother plant and give clones away. Yes, I'm gonna grow a mother plant and give baby clones away. Anybody would like a baby clone? Reserve a clone now. Who would like to adopt a clone? Let me know. If you say yes, most likely you're going to take care of it. Remember, it's legal to give ganja. So I can give you clones for free. No problemo. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give out clothes, baby. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna give little baby trees to people. There you go. There's one for you. It's 3 weeks vegging. Here you go. So I'm gonna be a clone man. Clone man. Okay, we're going to talk about cloning. I didn't realize when it was officially 420. But we're going to talk about cloning. I'm going to teach you how to clone ganja. I don't know how to clone humans, but I know how to clone ganja. Smack my bitch up. So you guys ready to learn how to clone plants? If you don't know, I'm going to teach you. It's very simple. You don't have to go Google it, YouTube it. You came to the right scope today. Humans versus clones. Well, I'm going to teach you how to clone ganja. And very similar how you clone other fruits and vegetables. But let's start with some illustrations. Okay, so how to clone. Let's see how it is. How to clone. All right, I did it. How to clone. Okay, so for example, everybody. Oh God, that was a good job. I got some aloe vera here. Oh, I found a stem. Ganja stem. And I forgot what kind of plant this is. But say we're gonna give them names. We're gonna make Girl Scout cookies. Okay, we're gonna cross two strains, and ending result is Girl Scout cookies. Okay, so listen, check it out. If this is OG Kush, this is aloe vera, fake aloe vera. But if this were a real OG Kush ganja plant in its vegging stage, about 2 weeks young, and you have a Durban poison strain from the city of Durban, South Africa, sativa, and you have OG Kush, West Coast grown, and you cross them together, the ending plant genetics is going to contain both, and that makes Girl Scout cookies. The first cookies of all the cookies. So, one day, this grower got the OG Kush and cut us at its 2 week vegging stage. Cut a trimming that's with a stalk and a nice leaf. And cut another trimming from the Durban poison plant. And got the Durban poison plant trimming and the OG Kush trimming and switched them. Okay? And put them back right where they belong. Only message. Show comments. It's Tony DeKeen in the house. Yo, OG, what's up? Tony DeKeen. We are learning how to clone weed. Learning how to clone weed. Very simple. This is how it goes. Check it out. Like this. OG Kush, Durban poison. Now, where you cut this is where you put that one. You're like, what? Yes. Okay, here's a stalk. It's cut. Put the other one right there. Clone plants, not humans. Yes, plants. Plants. We're touching plants, baby. Ganja. Okay. So let me explain something about the cut, which is very important. When you cut the stalk of your trimming at 2 weeks, you don't cut the stalk at a horizontal cut. You want to cut it at an angle. You want to cut it at like a 60, 65 degree angle. So the plant may be like this, hanging. So you got to force it straight. And then get your clean, sanitized shears and cut in about 70, 60 degree angle. Now, why is because when you put it in your medium, it's going to cause a suction. It's easier for the plant to suck up the nutrients in the water. If it's flat, it's kind of hard for the water to go up in there. Get sucked up. So that's the reason why you cut it, so it has an angle. Water can get in there, and the air will push it up easier. Then you get a clean razor, and you make 2 incisions above that cut, 2 millimeters apart, 2 incisions halfway through the stalk, not all the way through, halfway through. So you cut 60 degrees, and then incision, incision 2 millimeters apart. That is going to cause even more airflow and allow more nutrients to be sucked up its shoot and help it a lot better in preventing it going into shock and not making it. So now you cut this 60-degree angle, 2 incisions. You need some hormonal juice. It's sold at the hydroponic stores. Comes in a little bottle. You put it in a little shot glass or a little jar. After you do your cut and your 2 incisions, you stick it in the hormonal juice. Now you do that to the same thing on this trimming on the other side. So this one, 90-degree, incision, incision, hormonal juice. This one, cut, incision, incision, hormonal juice. Now after you did that, you switch them and you reattach it to where it was cut. And in order for it to stay attached, with the hormonal juice is not enough. It's like a gel that's sticky at the bottom of the stalk. And that alone is enough to mesh it and line it up where it was cut. And then you need to get a sheet cloth and cut a little strip and bandage it, wrap it around. Okay? And then you get a baggie, and you put the baggie over the whole trimming where it's attached, and you tie it beneath the attachment. You tie the baggie with a twisty at the bottom of the stalk lower. Now, inside that baggie is going to create a humidity dome, a 100% humidity dome, which at that point, that's what it needs, high humidity, for it to get reattached and it be allowed to drink. So if all the process is done correctly and in the sufficient amount of time, which is 5 seconds, you have 5 seconds to clone or less. If you don't cut, incision, incision, dip hormonal juice, dip, wrap it with some cheesecloth, baggy, tie, you're looking at it going into shock. So you have to have everything set up fast. Now that you did that to both trees, it's going to drink, and then it's going to contain the genetics of both plants now. This plant is going to start absorbing the new trimming's genetics as it survives and stays alive and drinks. And then as it continues to veg, it's going to contain the genetics of the OG Kush in this plant as it continues to get to harvest. And then when it's done, it's going to contain genetics from this plant and its original genetics. So is this plant. This plant is going to contain genetics from here and here in its final stage, and it's going to be Girl Scout cookies. Okay. Now, if you want to add another genetic to a final product, you bring in another strain. Say that will be another strain. So now you can take a trimming off of this new strain, the Durban poison strain, and put those two on here. So when this plant finishes, it's going to contain genetics of the new strain and Durban poison, plus its original OG genetics. If you want to get another plant, another strain, and take a trimming off of this one, off of this one, and off of this one, and take 3 trimmings off and then put all those 3 onto this one is going to end up with its original genetics and all 3 others. That's how you cross and clone them. They're going to regrow on the other plant. Definitely solutions. Yes. So if that's more crossing. Now, if you do decide that you don't want to put this trimming that you just cut off at the angle with 2 incisions and you don't want to put it on the plant, you want to put it into a medium and then grow it, then that is going to contain the exact genetics as the plant that you took it off from. And it's going to be another OG Kush. So if this is OG Kush and I take a trimming, incision, hormonal juice, put into a pot, and it grows, it's going to be exactly OG Kush genetics. So that's how you clone, and that's how you cross plants. Type of plants you are using, for example. Yeah. Um, these, this one's aloe vera. I forgot the names of these. I'm still learning. I have this one great application. It's called Picture This. I recommend everybody get Seclucents. Oh, that's the type I have. Seclucents, yes, that's the type. Um, there's this application that takes a picture of any plant and it identifies it, and it also tells you its state of health. If it has deficiencies, it will tell you what it needs and what it's lacking. So it's a great application. I already took a picture of this one, and that one, and it told me the names, where they're from, the history, and where they grow, the climates, and everything about them. So it's called Picture This. All right. All plants need tender living care. Yes. So yeah, I recommend it if you're into ganja and plants and trees. Get it. It is Picture This. That's the name of the app. Go to the App Store right now. Picture This. Download it for free. And then when you take pictures of any tree, it'll tell you. It doesn't do ganja. It'll probably say cannabis, but maybe not the exact strain. I don't know. I haven't tried it on ganja. They should have one specifically just for ganja. All right, man. OGMANKIND loves you. Stay all the way up, never down. That shit is yummy. Shit is yummy. Try it. I need water. So cloning is very easy. Um, Another thing I just want to add to cloning before I say goodbye is and peace out is some plants are made just to give babies, and they're called a mother plant. So they are made to never flower, only to give babies. And you're just putting out clones, 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 clones. Well learned. That's good, man. That's good. So it is time to say goodbye. Stay heavily medicated. Wax Wednesday. Do more dabs. Yes. Peace.